Yes. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You know the thing already. And yeah, man, I'm back. I was gone for a little bit. Gone for like, what, 7 days? Gone for like a week, 7 days? Something like that. I was in Nottingham a minute. I spent some time in Nottingham with my son. Bit of father-son time, you know, bit of quality time. What did we do? We went to the cinema. I went to go watch Zootropolis 2. He's a big Disney fan, innit? So went to go watch that. Really enjoyed it. What else did we do? Just a lot of chilling, man. A lot of chilling. Obviously, I know the channel's called Bugsy Online, but sometimes you have to come offline, innit? I'm trying to say. So yeah, I was literally just spending some quality time with my son. And yeah, man, we're back. So yeah, I just wanted to literally, this video's gonna be a quick one. Just wanted to literally report on and touch up on a couple of things that's happened in the past 7 days in the world of boxing. A bit of some news that I haven't got to give my opinion on. It was going to be a quick video, and I wanted to start with the WBC. So the WBC, they've ordered some final eliminators and some mandatories, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what they've been smoking on over there, but a lot of these fights, they don't even make a lot of sense to me. They don't make a lot of sense. Like, I get it, but a lot of them don't really make a lot of sense. But we're gonna get into it. So the first one I wanted to touch up on was Okolie versus Itauma. Lawrence Okolie versus Moses Itauma as a final eliminator for the heavyweight world championship. And tasty fight. Like, it's a cool fight. Definitely like will be an interesting fight. Obviously with Lawrence, he's moved up from cruiserweight to, well, I went to that, what was it, bridgerweight. Went from cruiserweight to bridgerweight, then moved to heavyweight. He's looked a lot better as a heavyweight. I'm still not sold on Lawrence Okolie. I think I've watched too much fights of him at cruiserweight where he was just like hugging, just a bit too much for me. The fights that I watched of him at cruiserweight just wasn't the most entertaining, wasn't the most interesting, wasn't the greatest of spectacles. So obviously at heavyweight, obviously he's got a couple knockouts and wins under his belt, but he's just fighting puddings, mate. Like, he's not like he's fighting world beaters or like, do you know what I mean, or boogeymen's. Like, he's not fighting like crazy guys. I'm trying to say, who did he even? Let me check who he fought last. Yeah, his last fight was against Kevin Lerena, if I'm not mistaken. I think this might be the fight where I think he said something like he injured his arm or something, or broke his wrist or something happened to his hand or arm or something like that. So I think quite early on in the fight, so majority of the fight, I think he was fighting with basically one arm, and he still managed to get the win. But again, I wasn't impressed with the, like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just not the biggest fan of Lawrence Okolie like that. I don't think he's a terrible fighter, I don't think he's bad. I've just never watched any of his fights and like really enjoyed it, innit. I think it's more of that thing, innit. But yeah, he's been ordered to fight Moses Itauma. Honestly, I think this one's a bit too soon for Moses. I'm a big fan of Moses. I think Moses is the next big thing in the heavyweight division. But I think a fight against Lawrence Okolie, I think it's just a bit too soon. I think the amount of experience Okolie's got, the different types of fighters he's been in the ring with, I don't think Moses needs to take on a Lawrence Okolie fight right now. Obviously, he's got Jermaine Franklin, and I think that's in January or February. I know it's start of the year, so he's got Franklin start of the year. That would be a nice fight. I'd like to see him maybe take it either at the same level or take it a tiny bit up. Like, we don't need to rush Moses, bro. Like, he's a young kid. Like, we don't need to rush him, fam. Like, how many fights has Moses even had? Like, I don't know if he's had more than 11 fights. Let me even check. Has he had more than 11 fights? Let me check. Yeah, Moses had 13 fights and 11 KOs. Yeah, man, there's no need to rush him. No need to rush Moses at all. He's just 20 years old. I feel like he's on a nice trajectory right now. The fights he's fighting, the people he's fighting, it's making sense for where he's at, his age and his level of experience. I feel like taking on a Lawrence Okolie right now, I think, regardless of whether I think Lawrence is the most exciting fighter, he's game, innit? Like, he's not coming there to just get pushed over or get knocked over. He's trying to win, innit? So I feel like a fight like that for Moses right now is a tad bit too soon. I don't think Frank will take that anyways. I think there's better looks for Moses than a Lawrence Okolie fight right now. But yeah, that's the first fight I wanted to touch on that they ordered. They also ordered Joshua Buatsi versus Ben Whittaker. And yeah, this one here is spicy still. Obviously, I think this is about 2-3 steps too soon for Ben. Obviously, Eddie Hearn's been talking about it as well, interviews talking about how their kind of plan and route for Ben. I think they said that he's meant to be fighting in America next year, early next year. I think that fight is basically already kind of like done, not sealed, but already done and dusted. The way Eddie's talking, anyways. Then he mentioned something about like a Dan Aziz, Craig Richards type of level, that type of realm. Like, I mean, that's where like he'll try to go for next after the American fighter. Even though I don't think they're probably gonna go for that next. I feel they'll probably go for more of like a Lyndon Arthur. I think they might go for. But to be fair, Lyndon Arthur, who would win, Lyndon Arthur or Dan Aziz and Craig Richards? I feel like Lyndon Arthur would win. You know, right now on current form, I feel like Lyndon will win. So realistically, I don't even know. But obviously, Lyndon's got a belt though. I'm sure Lyndon's got the British. Has he got the British? Let me double check. Yeah, no, not even the British. Yeah, Lyndon's got the European light heavyweight title right now, isn't it? So, but I don't know if Ben's even interested in that, man. I don't know if Ben's even interested in anything like that. But to be fair, yeah, do you know what's actually crazy? Has Joshua Buatsi ever won that belt? Let me even check. Let me double check that. Okay, yeah, no, Josh had the British light heavyweight title. He's never won the European, but the European is one level above the British title, isn't it? So it's British, European, then world, really. But yeah, I do think this fight is a bit too soon for Ben Whittaker. I think it's a bit too soon. I'd like to see him end with a Josh Buatsi, like, but just not next. Like the guy he beat the other day, the Benjamin Gavassi guy, he was just any old guy in it. So I don't think it makes sense to go into that fight, go from that fight into a Josh Buatsi fight next. Like I feel like he shouldn't go that Anthony Yard route where like you fight like a really low level opposition, then you fight someone who's world class, then low level, then world class. I don't think you should do that. I think just gradually build it up, innit? Gradually build it up. I feel like Ben, he's like 10, 11 fights in. Obviously, he's a lot older than the Moses Itauma. He's a lot older than Moses, innit? But I think Ben's like 28, 29, and Moses is 20. So obviously the time difference is about 8, 9 years. But I feel like with Ben Whittaker, you gotta move him along quickly, but you just can't rush him, innit? He's still gotta learn his game. He's still gotta learn his game in the pro world, innit? As a professional, innit? Like it's not the same as the amateurs or not the same as the GB team, innit? So like I feel like end of the day, I would like to see a Joshua Buatsi fight, just not now. Like just not yet. I feel like it's just a bit too soon, innit? So moving on, we got Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios for the WBC welterweight title. And the WBC have basically said Conor Benn will be next in line to fight the winner. Now, personally, I don't know how that makes any sense. Like, Conor Benn hasn't fought at welterweight for the past, like, 2-3 years or something. Obviously, that's where he said he's going to go back down to campaign at. But obviously, we're still yet to see it. Obviously, do you know what it is with Conor Benn, yeah? I like Conor, yeah. I like Conor, innit? I like Conor. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not like a Conor Benn hater, innit? Like I'm giving them the chance. And at the end of the day, obviously he did fail the drug test, but at the same time, like how long can man keep on banging on that drum? And at the end of the day, like the governing bodies, the people who are meant to be sanctioning whatever, they've said he can fight, innit? He's fighting. We've seen him fight at flipping Tottenham Hotspur twice. Like it's over, innit? So there's no point of man keeping on banging on the drum of he's failed drug tests, he failed this and he failed that. Because bro, like he's here still. Do you know what I mean? Like he's still boxing, innit? Like how many other people who failed drug tests and they're still boxing out here, still getting fights. So I think that argument is just a bit boring now, and it's just a bit like that whole narrative is just a bit boring. Obviously, it's never gonna leave. It's still there, like it's part of history, but what's the point of keeping on just banging on about it, innit? But for me personally, it's not even about whether it deserves it. It's just more so like whether he fucking deserves it. Like, it just doesn't deserve it. Like, the guy doesn't deserve it, fam. Like, I'm not being funny. There's how many other people in the division that, like, have actually been campaigning at that division. Like, he literally just fought Chris Eubank at what, 160 or what did he fight him at? Let me even double check. Yeah, literally fought him at 160. Now he's trying to go back down to flipping welterweight. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Obviously, we're still yet to see it. This is what he's saying he's gonna do, and he's saying he's game. He's ready for that fight. We're yet to see it, innit? We'll see what happens. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if Ben's gonna be able to actually go back down to that weight and actually still be able to have any sort of pop or any sort of power in these punches, or even be able to just do anything to anyone in it. But obviously, we'll see in it. We'll see with Conor Benn. We'll see. So moving on, but sticking with the whole WBC news, I think the biggest thing that happened in boxing in the past 7 to 10 days is probably the WBC stripping Terence Crawford of his super middleweight title, because obviously he refused to pay his sanctioning fees. And obviously Terence went online to go do a video. I think the video was like, I don't know, I can't remember how long it was, but I remember it was really long, giving his side of the story. And I think personally, I feel like, alright, cool. I don't really understand sanctioning fees like that personally. I don't understand the concept of having to pay for a trophy you've won. Like, you constantly have to pay. You have to defend the trophy in the ring. Like, basically risk your life, your health, risk all types of your actual faculties, risk your faculties, in the ring, for a belt, basically for a trophy. But you still have to pay to do that as well. Like, I don't really understand it personally. Like, I've never really understood it. I think sanctioning fees, I think something like, I think the WBC or the other organizations, I think it's like a 3% or something. But I don't know whether that's just WBC. But I think they get 3% of your purse or something like that. But me personally, I've never really understood that. But that being said, if you sign up for something, so like you signed up to like fight for the WBC super middleweight title, like you signed up to fight for that. If they're saying they're sanctioning fees, they want 3% of your purse, and you normally signed up for that, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think you can, how do I put it? I don't think you can get the acclaim of the belt, get all the glory you get that comes with the belt, get all of the notoriety and everything, all the praise and whatever for like winning the belt, and then when it comes time to paying the bread that you meant to pay in it, like you signed it in it, you don't want to pay. Obviously, I understand, and I'm with Terence. I do feel like it's ridiculous, anyways, isn't it? But at the same time, a contract is a contract, isn't it? Like if this is what isn't on the contract, if this is what it is when you work on the WBC and you know this, like you're going into this knowing this, pay the bread. Do you know what I mean? Like, pay the bread. But at the same time, it's not me saying that, oh, I feel like he's in the wrong. I'm just saying, like, just like legally, innit? Like, I understand why they stripped him, innit? Because at the end of the day, that's their rules, innit? Like, at the end of the day, like, you're coming to play by their rules because you're the one that wants to basically be a WBC champion, innit? If you don't want to be a WBC champion, then don't fight for the belt, innit? Don't even do that in the first place. At the end of the day, what comes with it? What comes with being a champion is you have to pay the sanctioning fees, innit? Whether it's fair or not fair, that's their rules, and they've been doing that for how long? Even though I feel like they are basically robbing fighters, though. I do feel like that. Because, like, how am I going to go in the ring, I'm going to do 12 rounds with an absolute monster or whoever, and then flipping, at the end of it, I've got to pay 3% of my purse. Like, what do you mean? Like, 3% of my purse? So what if, like, that's a lot of bread, you know? Depending on how much money you're getting, that's a lot of bread, mate. 3% just to give to a random brother that you don't even know, a random organization, and they're saying it's going to this, going into that. Like, in life in general, how many organizations tell us, pay this is going to that, do this is going to that, and it's like, man can't chill. There's no paper trail on the money. Man can't tell where it's going to. Man can't. I can't say it's definitely going there or going there. You know what I'm gonna say? I can't say that. It's like even when you donate to certain charities or this and that, I'd love to think all this money is going to this that you're saying it's going to, or it's going to this cause, or it's going to this and that. But man don't know. Like, how many times, even like things like GoFundMe, how many times do you see people start a GoFundMe and it's for this cause, that cause, and alright, cool, check it. Prime example, alright, cool. Guys could start a GoFundMe. You want like the aim of the GoFundMe is to get 4K. After 4K, you're still getting more donations. So what do you do with the rest of that bread? It's not like you're gonna now still like. Do you know what I mean? Man don't know what's going on with the bread. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's like even just taxes. Like, man can pay taxes and this and that, blah blah blah. It's going to this, it's going to that. It's going to fix man's roads and fix this and that, fix this and that. But I'm driving on the roads. I'm still seeing a bag of potholes, innit? I'm still seeing a bag of unfinished work. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm just seeing roadworks every single day, but the road's not getting worked on. It's not getting worked. Do you know what I mean? I'm seeing roadworks, but the road's not getting worked, or the work's not getting finished. So I don't know, innit? I think it's one of them. I think it's one of them where it's like, alright, cool. You graft all this time. You finally get to a certain position or finally get to a certain spot, And it's like, raw, you look back and look around and think, wait, I'm paying this guy this, I'm paying this guy that. Like, what did you do? Like, what did you do, like, to get here? Like, how did you actually help me to get here? Obviously, again, like, if you are deciding to fight and wanting to be a WBC champion, this is their rules, and this has always been their rules, isn't it? I'm trying to say. But do I agree with it? No. But do I fully agree with Terence? I agree with him, obviously, taking a stand in it. If you want to take a stand, take a stand. But at the same time, you can't come at them and be coming at them like flagrant, like coming bare flagrant with it. Because at the end of the day, like, bro, that's the rules, innit? That's the rules of the rules, and you don't want to follow the rules, which is cool. Like, rules, they're there to be broken, innit? You don't want to follow it, cool, innit? But I think coming out and being super flagrant with the way you're chatting about it is a tiny pinch distasteful. Not necessarily towards me or towards the fans. I think the fans probably like, yeah, cool. But I think probably like industry-wise, I feel like some people probably in the industry probably think like, But yeah, I think normal people, typical people like me, obviously will be on Terence's side. Like, I'm on his side, but I just think it can come across as distasteful to some people probably in the boxing industry, because at the end of the day, you signed up for this, innit? So like, sometimes when you do some like stuff like this publicly, it kind of makes it look like, alright, cool, you're a person that I could have a contract with you and you could just breach it. Do you know what I mean? And you could just breach and just come online and just start tarnishing my name or saying whatever about my name, innit? I'm trying to say, which is obviously puts people off, and I'm trying to say, but end of the day, that's what he felt like, that's what he's saying. Do I think the WBC need to be taking people's money like that? I understand it. If they're saying, Mauricio is saying like the money goes towards other stuff in boxing, so like the grassroots. So he's basically saying this money goes from the top and goes back down. But obviously, man will never know, and unless man see receipts and see payments and this and that on invoices, we'll never ever know it. So it's just about who you want to believe and who you don't want to believe in it. You get me? So moving on, I want to touch upon last weekend's fight card in Monaco. Masood and McGrail. Honestly, I didn't actually catch the fight live. I only caught some of the highlights, and there was only a couple of fights that I caught. The card didn't super interest me like that going into it anyways, and then obviously I was away with my son in it, so I didn't really have the time to really catch it. But I watched some of the highlights. But I'm gonna start with let's start with Johnny Fisher. Let's start with Johnny Fisher. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I've never been big on Johnny Fisher. I think he's just a gimmick fighter. I think it's just the whole thing with his dad and the whole Bosch thing, and obviously the area where he's from. He's the Romford Bull, innit? I think that area, he's got a nice, decent local following in that area of people that rock with him and his dad and whatnot, innit? But I think it's just starting to, I don't know, I feel like the train's coming to an end, man. I feel like, I don't know what he's doing in the pro game like that. Like, obviously, in that fight, in the first round, the ref, I don't know whether the ref is my man's best friend from school or his cousin or what, but the ref, when I say the ref was playing on Johnny Fisher's side, like playing for Johnny Fisher, in that first round, I've seen fights where the ref has called it off. Like, for example, if, see, I don't even know the guy, I forgot the guy's name who he was fighting. That's so rude, I forgot the guy's name. But the guy who Johnny Fisher was fighting, yeah? Let's say Johnny Fisher done that same thing to my man in the first round, I guarantee you the ref is calling it off. Like, the ref's going to call it off straight away. No ifs, buts, maybes, no chance to even see if he's all right. He's going to call it off. The way Johnny was holding on to my man, doing bare, like he was playing rugby again. I'm sure he used to play rugby or something. Like he was playing rugby tackling my man in the ring, like as if like, bro, this is not the kind of sport it is. Holding on for dear life. Obviously, that shows a bit more boxing IQ than he had before. I'm sure before in the Dave Allen thing, he didn't even know how to really hold. And this one, he was over-holding. But the ref saved him in the first round. He still looked a bit shaky in the second round to me. He gathered his senses a bit. I forgot what round he actually did manage to get him out of there. But yeah, man, I feel like it's the train's over, man. Like, I feel like at this point, I feel like his best bet is probably just to go into Misfits, man. Honestly, not even as a diss or a man taking the piss out of him or anything like that. I just think that he's more better suited to that. Like, you're already kind of like a name. Like, you're a name already, innit? I'm trying to say, like, you got the whole Bosch stuff with your dad and, like, the whole following and whatnot, and people are aware of you. They know who you are already. That's 50% of the work in it, like just getting people to actually just know you and be aware of you and being like slightly recognizable and being like a bit of a name. You've managed to cut through in it. You've got very to little to no boxing skill like that. At best, like Johnny Fisher, at best, I think area level fighter. Which is no shame as well. That's bro. Like if you manage to get that from switching from a different sport into boxing, like yo, well done, kudos to you innit. But like misfits, man, like get into misfits. I feel like that might make a bit more sense, like a tiny bit more sense of where you're at and what's actually going on in the heavyweight landscape innit. Because if you keep on continue trying to pursue this professional thing, you're just gonna get hurt, bro. You're gonna get absolutely smashed in, and like man don't want that for you. Like guys don't want that, bro. I'm trying to say, but. Yeah, he still got the win at the end of the day. That's the most important thing, getting a win, and he got the win. So, yeah, but he just didn't look good doing it, man. It's starting to get a bit worrying for Johnny Fisher. Moving on, we got Conor Walker versus Pat McCormack, and Conor Walker got the win. I only caught the highlights of this one as well. I didn't watch the full match, but it looked really good from what I've seen. Looked really, really good. Obviously, both fighters, they're not like fighters that I typically watch or I keep my tabs on. But I've been hearing Conor Walker's name like more and more. Like I think he must have lost. What did he lose to a decision to? Is it Crocker? I believe. I think he lost a decision to Crocker. But the Pat McCormack guy, he's meant to be like a prospect, isn't it? Meant to be, I think he was in the GB team. I don't know if he got silver or bronze. So I think him losing was actually a bit of an upset. But what I seen, I kind of like Conor Walker still. I liked how he was fighting. I feel like he kept the pressure there. He was there in my man's face. Obviously, he was a shorter fighter, but I just felt like he fought a really good game. And I felt like Pat was gassing, not early, but quicker than I thought somebody of his caliber or the amount that people were talking about him leading up to the fight would be gassing, innit? Obviously, I feel like it wasn't a thing where Conor Walker was like way better than him. I feel like if you was watching the fight, from what I was seeing and what I did watch, from what I was seeing, it looked like Pat had a bit more skill than Conor Walker, but it's just the relentless pressure of Conor Walker was just overpowered, just overwhelmed him, innit? Overwhelmed what Pat could face at that level of his career. Remember, he's still relatively fresh and young in the pro game, innit? And Conor Walker's had a few wars himself, innit? So I think the experience just beat the skill in this particular fight. But good little scrap, man. But yeah, from what I've been seeing that Conor Walker wants the Lewis Crocker rematch. Obviously, I'm not sure if Crocker would even do that again, because I'm sure the first one he nicked it. I'm sure he nicked the fight. I'm sure he nicked the win. I believe that's what everyone was saying in the videos. I didn't watch the first fight in it, but that's what everyone was kind of hinting at and gisting at in it. But yeah, no, I like to see where it goes. Still, I'm gonna keep a tab on my man still. Cause how he fought, I really liked it. I really liked how Conor Walker was fighting in that fight still. So I'm gonna keep an eye on him. And to finish off the video, I just want to quickly touch on Teofimo Lopez versus Shakur Stevenson. So the fight is set for January the 31st, 2026. And I'm looking forward to it still. I am looking forward to it still. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's gonna be more difficult for Shakur than people are like saying. I can't lie. I feel like Teofimo is a very good fighter. Like when he turns up and he's there, he's active, he's ready, he's on it. I feel like he's a good fighter still. I can't even lie. I feel like he's a very good fighter still. But personally, I just don't really like him, innit? I don't really like him. Not because of a boxer, but just all of his stuff outside of the ring, innit? I don't rate all of the racists. I don't rate that type of stuff. Like, I'm sure he's Mexican as well, or like Hispanic. Like, bro, like, allow it, fam. Like, what you on? I'm sure there's bare times that I've seen that he called somebody I think he called Javante Davis a monkey or something, and called Terence Crawford a monkey as well. I don't really rate all that, bro. Like, why, bro? Like, well, go on. I think he made a comment about black fighters fighting for, I forgot what company was talking. I don't know whether it was a PBC or something. He made a comment about black fighters and something like that. Let me even check. Let me double check. So yeah, it was with Top Rank, innit? He said something about if they want the black fighters, they can keep them or something like that. And I just thought that's just a bit distasteful, bro. Like, just cool, man. Just chill out, bro. Like, just chill, fam. But obviously, Shakur has a chance to really give him something. But Shakur's not one. Shakur, do you know what it is? I like Shakur, yeah, but I feel like a lot of his fights are a bit boring, because he's not really a KO specialist. he fights very, very good though. Like, he's very, very good to, like, when you're just looking at, okay, cool, this guy, when you're watching, you're like, yo, this guy's got a lot of skill. But in terms of like explosive action, like raw, like fucking hell, this shit's cracking off. He's not really that type of fighter or boxer, innit? So it's gonna be an interesting one still. It's gonna be an interesting one. I think I'm probably gonna do a further video, like a more of like a deep dive into it, and probably give my predictions as the fight builds up. I believe they're even meant to be having a what is it? Not a face off, but a press conference pretty soon. In fact, I think this month. They should be if the fight's in January. They gotta do a press conference kind of soon. But yeah, I'm probably gonna do a video a bit closer to that actual date. But yeah, this is just my first initial thoughts on the fight. I think it's gonna be a good fight. Still gonna be a very good fight. I can't really pick or split between them right now. I'm leaning towards Shakur a bit more, but I just don't think it's gonna be as death for Shakur as people are saying. Cause a lot of the predictions, early predictions I've been seeing, a lot of people just saying Shakur, and I'm thinking like, bro, like, one, Teofimo's bigger. I think Teofimo's a bigger puncher as well. I feel like he punches a bit harder than Shakur. And I feel like if he's ferocious in it, like if he's actually on and he's game, like it's gonna be a hell of a fight, bro. I don't think it's gonna be like a walk in the park for Shakur Stevenson, innit? But obviously, I'm gonna do a bit of like a more of like a deep dive type of video on it a bit later on, a bit closer to the actual date of the fight, innit? But yeah, that's all I wanted to touch up on this video. Just a bit of like a recap of the last few days that I missed out on. Back now, so we're gonna do a lot more videos this week and the following week and the following week. Gonna try. I'm trying to drop 20 videos before Christmas. Trying to see if I can do that. Gonna be a bit of a challenge, but it's possible as long as I'm recording and getting the videos out there. But yeah, back now, guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and make sure you comment down below if there's anything in this video you wanted to respond to. All the likes and the shares are highly, highly appreciated. Much love. You know how it goes already. And yeah, man, I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video. Much love.